Alright, hello everyone, I'm back again for another Android tutorial. In this video I will show you how to implement MVP to our Android app. So what is MVP? Let me get my pad. MVP model view presenter. It's a design pattern that abstract the UI to the logic. Okay, and then model is a this is where we fetch data or interact to the server. View this is where UI code located. In the presenter is it's a bridge. Okay, it helps the view to communicate to model. Let's get started and do some hardcore stuff. Okay, let's close this. Here, as you can see, I have two packages. The first one is the data, the second one is the view. As I said, MVP is abstracting the UI code to the logic. Okay, let's go to the activity login. Here, as you can see, I have 5 errors. Let's ignore that. I managed to create a simple login form with some email and password. But in this video I will only use the login button. Let's ignore this sign up button. Okay, go to your project tab. Okay. Here, let's create a contract interface. Inside the contract interface, let's create a two interface. The first one is the login view, and the second one is the login listener. Add two methods. We need to show and hide the progress bar, because when we check the login credentials, the username, the password, we need to show a progress bar to tell the user that, hey, we were checking your credential, so please wait. Okay, and here, hide the progress bar. And this is the this is the most important methods, the on success and on failed. Okay, when the when the user successfully authenticate, this method will run, and when something went wrong, this method will call. Okay. So inside the login listener, let's create two methods. Let's just copy this, and here on failed, let's pass a string and copy this here, paste it here. Okay, this login view, we will implement it inside the login activity here, and then this login listener, we will implement it inside the presenter class. So let's create a presenter class, call it login presenter, interface login listener. Okay, click OK, implement the methods, and then we need to create a constructor. Login view, call it login view, and then constructor, choose this, click OK. We need to pass the login view because the activity implements the login view, and here we need, inside the constructor, we need to initialize the interactor. So wait, before that, we don't have interactor class yet, so let's create one. Call it login interactor. Okay, click OK. It is inside the data package. Here inside the login interactor, we need to create a constructor that passing the login listener. Okay, call it login listener and create a constructor, choose this. That's it for the login interactor. Let's leave it like that as of now, and let's initialize the interactor. Okay, name it the login interactor. Login interactor, new login interactor, and this, pass the listener. Okay, and then inside this data, write a model class. Let's name it login credentials. Okay, click OK. Create a variable string, name it username, and then the next is password. Let's create a constructor passing these two string, and then let's create a getters thing, and then that's it for our model class. Let's close it. Here inside the login presenter, let's create a method, public void start. Pass the model class, this login credentials, and then inside this method, let's just leave it like that because we don't have any methods inside the login interactor. So okay, let's create one. Here, create a method called login. Pass the login credentials, and then let's check the login credentials, the username, the password. There is an error or it is empty, so let's create another method and call it private. Okay, return a boolean and name it has error. Then let's copy this, paste it here inside this method. Let's check first for the username. Let's create the if condition and login credential. Let's get the username. Wait, let's create an object here. Username, login, get username, string, password. Okay, to make it readable. And okay, inside this we need to check if the username matches the email address. Okay, so patterns that email address matcher, get this username, pass it here, matches. If the username have a pattern of an email address, let's return false. Okay, wait, let's add this and return true, has error, and call this get this bit here, call the on-failed success, on-failed, okay, on-failed, and pass the message. Let's add the message, the username or the email is invalid. Okay, next condition will be wait, I forgot about something here. Let's check first if the username is empty. Okay, so text utils is empty username. If it's empty, return true. Call the onFailed method and pass the message. Let's add a message. What message? The username is empty. Let's okay. The email is empty. Then here, okay, here, let's check if the password is empty. Let's just copy this in a professional way. Okay, get this, and return true. And then call again the onFailed method and pass a message. Message will be let's say the password is empty. Here add another condition. This will be our last condition. Let's check if the password is greater than 5 characters. Okay, password length 5. If it's true, let's return true and call again the onFailed method and pass the message. Let's say password is weak, and at the bottom of the method return false, because we checked this when we haven't get any errors. So here inside this login method, add a condition and call this has error. Copy this has error, pass this login credentials. If it has an error, return. Need to return it. Okay, but if else, let's say let's call the unsuccess. Okay, I think we're done here. Let's close it. Inside the login presenter, call this method. Okay, copy it. Login interactor, login, pass these credentials or the object, and that's it. That's it for the method. Oh, I forgot about something. Call the show progress bar. Okay, then in the on success and on failed, let's hide the progress bar. Here, login view, call the on success, because we successfully authenticate the user. And in the on failed method, let's call the on failed, pass this message to on failed method, and I think we're done here. Okay, let's move to login activity. Let's implement the login view. So here add the progress dialog, initialize it inside the onCreate, pass the context, then inside this show progress bar method, Let's show the dialog. Here, hide it. Okay. Inside the unfailed method, we should let the user know that there is something wrong. Okay. So let's show a toast. Pass the context, then the text or the message, this, and then the duration of the toast. Show it. Here, presenter. Where's the presenter class? Again, presenter. Initialize it inside this method. Again, presenter. Pass the plugin view. So let's pass it, and then let's find the view of of the edit text and the button. Okay, here, let's get this edit text, copy the ID, call it plugin view, find view by ID, and the ID is email. Let's change its name to email view, and then the next will be password view. Find the ID. Okay, what's the ID here? Okay, then the next is the button, login button. Find the ID, copy this, and then set an on-click listener to our button. Inside this on-click method, we need to get the email and the password. So let's do that. Email view, get the get text string, and password, get text to string, and we created this model. So here, again, credentials, initialize it. Inside this, pass these two objects. Okay, and then presenter dot start, pass these credentials. Okay, I think we're done. Okay, hindi on success. Let's start an activity. So let's create a here in the view, let's create a activity, empty activity. Let's name it let's name main activity. Okay, let's wait for the radar. After that, let's move to activity main.xml. Let's add a text view. And add a text of, let's say, login successful. Let's add a text size of 16 SP. Let's make it 20. Okay. Move it at the center of the layout. It's here. Okay. Close it. The onSuccess method. Start the activity. Pass the intent. Context is the class. What's the name of the class? Main activity. Main activity.class. Add a finish. I think we're done. Let's check if it works, and I hope there's no errors. Let me connect my device. Let's run it. Our app is ready, so let's check it. Let's add an email. Let's make it, let's make an error first, so you can see that the error is working. As you can see, the email is not right. The password only contains 4 characters. Just click the login button. It says the email is invalid. Let's add a @gmail.com. Let's click login, and it says password is weak. And let's add 2 more characters. Let's click the login button. There you go. And we have another problem. The progress dialog doesn't show up. So let's fix that. I know how to fix that. Okay, don't worry. Here we need to create a handler. Post, wait, step price handler here, the Android.os, and then post delayed, new runnable. Okay. Then the delay milliseconds, let's say 3 seconds. Inside this run, let's move this condition inside this run method. Okay, make the object final. This login listener.onSuccess, move it here. Okay, Let's try it. Okay. Let's check if it will show us that the error that the email is empty. Okay, let's click the login button. The email is empty and the progress dialog shows up. Okay, let's add an email. Then the password. Let's click the login button. As you can see, the progress dialog shows up and login successful. There you go, folks. That's how you do it. MVP in our Android app. So hope you guys like it. If it helps you, please subscribe to my channel and have a productive day.